Mic check, mic check. And very pleasant good afternoon. Welcome to Pioneer Arena on the campus of Tusculum University in Greenville, Tennessee for Division II men's volleyball action today as the Erskine Flying Fleet take on the Tusculum Pioneers. I'm Jim Miller. Glad you could join us here along the Pioneer Sports Network today. Tusculum coming off its first win of the season last night as they defeated Alderson Broadus 3-1. Pioneers winning the final two sets to take the victory 25-16, 22-25, 18-25, or 25-18 and 25-19 to pick up their first win of the season. Erskine also one win on the year. That win coming over Tusculum at home back on Monday night by a score of 3-1. Those set scores are 25-18, 25-22, 23-25, and 25-22 for the Flying Fleet. They are 1-8 this season. Tusculum with a record of 1-4. The starting lineup is being introduced right now. For Erskine, they will start Juan Alcoba, a 6'3 sophomore out of Hollywood, Florida. John Fuller, also starting, a sophomore 6'3 out of Colony, New York. Edgerrin Austin, a 5'11 sophomore out of Joliet, Illinois. Benjamin Jansen, a 6'4 sophomore out of Phelps, New York. Kasper Rybarczyk, a 6'4 sophomore out of Warsaw, Poland. And Jason Saul, a 6'3 sophomore out of New Lenox, Illinois. That's the starting lineup for Erskine, coached by Justin Brubaker in his 8th season. Tusculum starting lineup will go with Dane Loop, a 6' sophomore out of Mandeville, Louisiana. Declan Wingo, 6'4 freshman from Chester, Virginia. Jake White, 6'4 junior out of Greenbrier, Tennessee. Sean Kampshoff, the 6'4 senior out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Shafar Grant, the 6'4 junior out of Kingston, Jamaica. And Colby Landry, a 6' sophomore out of Belrose, Louisiana. The libero for the Pioneers is Taylor West, a 6' sophomore out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. Erskine's libero is Alex Ruiz, a 5'10 freshman out of Aurora, Illinois. Tusculum coached by Brian Buckius in his first season, picking up his first career victory last night over Alderson Broadus. In that match, the Pioneers picked up some record-setting performances. Sean Kampshoff set a school record last night with 7 aces in the victory. When these teams met last week, it was 3-1 in favor of Erskine. The Flying Fleet were led by Saul, who had 13 kills in the match, and also Rybarczyk, who had 13 kills. Austin had 10 kills for Erskine, while Tusculum was led by Jake White, who had 13 kills. Alcoba had 40 assists for Erskine, which had 24 service errors in the match. A lot of service errors, 44 combined service errors in that match earlier this week. And we'll get it underway here as Tusculum will have the first serve. It'll be Kampshoff to serve it up for the Pioneers. We are underway, and the first serve goes into the net. It's a point for Erskine. Erskine wearing their road maroon uniforms with gold numerals and black trim. Tusculum wearing orange uniforms with black numerals, with camouflage numerals and black trim. The first service goes to Austin for Erskine. He puts that one into the net. It's a point for the Pioneers. So each team with a service error to start. Dane Loop will serve for the Pioneers. Loop with 4 aces so far this season. And that one is over the net. They'll set it up on the outside for Sell. And it's going to be a point for the Pioneers as the ball lands on the Erskine side of the court. It'll be a point for Tusculum. They lead it 2-1. Loop to serve for the Pioneers. The setup will go on the outside this time for Rybarczyk. And this one is long. And it's a point for the Pioneers. Tusculum leading it 3-1. Tusculum with 3 straight points here. Loop's serve is deep, and it's a point for Erskine. 3-2, Tusculum leading here in the first set. We'll play best 3 out of 5.
Now to serve for the Fleet, number 26, John Fuller.
John Fuller will serve it for the Flying Fleet. This serve will be in. Landry for Kampshoff. White puts it down for the kill. Jake White with the kill. He leads the Pioneers in kills with 43 this season as he hammered that one cross court for the winner. 4-2 Tusculum would be Shafar Grant to serve. White had 13 kills in the match with Erskine on Monday. This one will be set up for the kill by Rybarczyk. Four to three.
Now serving for fleet number one, Akoba.
And it'll be Juan Acolbas to serve for Erskine at 3-4. Serve is played by Loop. Kampshoff across to Landry. Off the block, and it'll be a point for the Pioneers. Bobby Landry averaging about 1.5 kills per set. Gets the kill for the Pioneers, and Tusculum leads at 5-3. Jake White, who began his collegiate career at Erskine, serving it against his former team. Tusculum ahead 5-3. Set up for Rybarczyk. Off the block, saved by White. Kampshoff, cross, and the winner for the Pioneers as it's blocked out. Colby Landry coming up with the kill for the Pioneers, and Tusculum's off to a 6-3 lead. White to serve for the Pioneers. White with the toss. Into the net for a point for Erskine. Third service error already for the Pioneers. At 6-4. Rybarczyk to serve for Erskine. Serve is in. Landry for Kampshoff. Wingo, and it's blocked at the net by Jansen. Benjamin Jansen gets the block. Jansen averages just over a block a set. He's second on the team in total blocks with 10 in 9 sets played so far this season. It's 6-5. Rybarczyk to serve. Loop. Kampshoff goes to Landry down the line, and it as a blocking error against the Flying Fleet. It'll be a point for the Pioneers. 7-5 Tusculum. Landry, another kill for him. And he'll serve this one, and it's just deep, and it's a point for Erskine. Landry 4 for 4 on kills so far. He has all 4 kills for Tusculum in this match. Jansen to serve it for Erskine. Their leader in aces this season is Saul with 5. At the net, and it'll be a point for Erskine as Fuller dunks it down. 7-7. We are knotted up here in this first set. The serve coming from Jansen. Loop plays it for Kampshoff, back to Loop, and blocked at the net. Saul was there along with Fuller, and they combined for the block there, and it's 8-7 Erskine. Second block of the set for the Fleet. This serve goes to Loop. Kampshoff will play it back over to Wingo. Salvaged by Rybarczyk. Set up for Austin with the tip. Dug out by White. Kampshoff goes, and it's kept alive by the Fleet. Austin again, and he'll get the kill as West is unable to save it. Edger and Austin with the kill for Flying Fleet, and they lead at 9-7. 4 straight for Erskine. Jansen. Will deliver the serve. Goes to Loop. Kampshoff. White off the net. And it's a point for Erskine as that ball hit the tape and bounced back. White looking for a tip, but there was none there. That was all tape. And it's 10-7 Erskine. This serve played by West. Kampshoff. Loop. Dug out by Austin. Played over by Saul. And the attempt there by Loop, was it tip? No, it's a blocking error. That'll be a point for the Pioneers. So Tusculum maybe got a break there as Erskine was in the net. Their second blocking error of this set, and Tusculum pulls back within 10-8 as they snap the 5-0 run for Erskine. Declan Wingo to serve it for the Pioneers. Austin plays a short service. He'll get it back from Okara. Landry to Kampshoff, who goes himself, and it is wide. And it's a point for Erskine. They lead at 11-8.
Now serving for the Volleyball fleet is number 11, Jason Saul.
Jason Saul to serve. Down the line, it is deep, and it's a point for the Pioneers. 11-9. Sean Kampshoff to serve for the Pioneers. Kampshoff with 5 assists so far. Kampshoff had 5 aces in the first set last night against Alderson Broadus, but he puts this one in the net, his second service error, and it's a point for Erskine. They lead at 12-9.
Now serving for the Flying Fleet is number 28, Edgerrin Austin.
Edgerrin Austin to serve. West has trouble with the service, and it goes over the net. Battle at the net with Grant, and it's going to be a point for Erskine as Grant goes wide on the attempt. 13-9, and Tusculum needs a timeout. 13-9 Erskine. We'll step aside for a quick break here on the Pioneer Sports Network. Back here at Pioneer Arena, Erskine leading 13-9 in this first set. Erskine hitting just 200 as a team, but Tusculum 083, 5 kills and 4 errors. 2 of those errors coming on blocks by the Fleet. Edgerrin Austin to serve. And it is deep, and it's a point for the Pioneers. 13-10.
Now serving for the Pioneers, number 2, Dane Loop.
13-10, Tusculum trails it. It'll be Dane Loop to serve. With the big attack is Fuller as Kampshoff caught that one. Pioneers tried to save it, but couldn't do so. It's 14-10, Erskine. He needs to change the ABU to Erskine. Fuller to serve after that kill. White gets the kill, as getting there late on the block was Rybarczyk. 14-11. It'll be Shafar Grant to serve. Down the line, wide, point for Erskine. 15-11.
Now serving for the Flying Fleet is number 1,
Alcoba to serve. He has 2 assists so far from his setter role. Landry needs help from White. Goes back to Landry. It's a tough angle. kept alive by the Pioneers. It'll be White again. This time he'll try and go toward the middle. Set up for Saul. Kampshoff. West. Landry. Kept alive by the Fleet. Saul again. Kampshoff. West sets it up from the back row. It's Loop, and it's down. A point for the Pioneers. Nice rally there as the Pioneers kept it alive as Kampshoff came up with that dig, and then West with the setup from the back row. Loop puts down the kill. 15-12, Erskine. Loop's second kill of the set. White to serve. Gets it in. Dug out by Rybarczyk. Kept alive. Set up this time for Saul. Rybarczyk off the net. That'll be a point for the Pioneers. 15-13, Erskine. White will serve. Austin. Alcaba. And Kampshoff tries to go for the block, but unable to do so as Saul has the kill. At 16-13, it'll be Rybarczyk to serve. Into the net for a point for the Pioneers.
On to serve for Tusculum, number 11, Colby Landry.
16-14, and Colby Landry will serve. Austin. Alcoba back over the net, and Kampshoff slams it down. Sean Kampshoff gets his first kill of the match, as it just hung up there perfectly for him, and he slammed it down for the point. This serve is dug out by Ruiz. And it will be a point for Erskine. They take the lead at 17-15.
On the serve for the Flying Fleet is number 18, Benjamin Jensen.
Jansen on the serve. The attack for Loop, and he gets the kill. Dane Loop puts it down for the Pioneers. On the tip, a little bit of a change up there. Played over for Landry. Grant on the line, point for Tusculum, and they tie it up at 17. Wingo with the serve. Austin can't handle it. It's a point for Tusculum, and the Pioneers take the lead at 18-17. The Pioneers have worked their way back to take the lead for the first time. Austin off the block, still alive at the net. White, can he save it? Kampshoff, Grant, and they get the point. Tusculum comes through with the point off the scramble. White kept it alive, Kampshoff kept it alive, and Grant gets the winner for the Pioneers, who now lead at 19-17. Tusculum with the lead here as Wingo will serve. Alcoba for Austin through the block and puts it down. Edgerrin Austin, who came into play today second on the team in kills with 56, gets his third of this match, and it's 19-18 Pioneers. Saul will serve. Too deep, point Pioneers, 20-18. Kampshoff will serve. Kampshoff has had service errors on both of his two previous service rotations. Gets that one down for an ace. Kampshoff. His first ace of the afternoon, and a timeout for Erskine, with the Pioneers leading 21-18 here on the Pioneer Sports Network. Back here at Pioneer Arena with Tusculum leading 21-18 in this first set. The Pioneers have upped their hitting percentage to .333, 11 kills and 4 errors on 21 attacks. Erskine hitting .227 here in this first set. Colby Landry leading the way for Tusculum with 4 kills and 3 digs. Now the timeout, it'll be Kampshoff to serve. Dug by Ruiz. Austin off of Grant, out of play. It'll be a point for Erskine. Austin's 4th kill of the match. Tomei Filkoff will serve now, 6'2" sophomore out of North Collins, New York. He puts this one in play. Kampshoff goes across, and it's a double hit, and Kampshoff knew it. Point for Erskine, it's 21-20. Filkoff to serve again. This one's out of play. It's a point for the Pioneers. Off the side of his hand, you could tell immediately off the hand that it was out of play. And White, who was baseline or on the sideline there, had to get out of the way, because if that would have hit him, it would have been in play. 22-20 Tusculum as Loop will serve. Just too deep. It's a point for Erskine. 7th service error for Tusculum. Erskine with 6. 22-21 Pioneers. John Fuller will serve. Fuller lobs this one into Landry. Kampshoff to Grant. Didn't get all of it, and it's wide. And it's a point for Erskine. We're tied up at 22. Both teams have 1 timeout remaining here in this first set. Fuller with the serve. Landry for Kampshoff. Goes back to White. He'll tip that one. Almost getting the dig was Alcoba, but unable to do so. And Tusculum has the point. They lead 23-22. Shafar Grant will serve. Tusculum 2 points away from a first set victory. It'll be Austin into the net. Point for Tusculum. Austin went way up for that one, but couldn't put it down. His first hitting error of the match. And Tusculum now has set point at 24-22. Good serve. Saul wide, point Pioneers. Tusculum wins the set. 25-22, Tusculum takes the first set. They lead it 1-0 over Erskine. We'll look at the stats from the first set and have more for you on when we come back on the Pioneer Sports Network. Back here at Pioneer Arena, where Tusculum wins the first set 25-22 over Erskine. In that first set for the Pioneers, it was Colby Landry leading the way with 4 kills and 3 digs. Dane Loop with 3 kills, Jake White with 2, Shafar Grant with 2, and Sean Kamshoff with 1 kill, 10 assists. For Erskine, Edger, and Austin, 4 kills, and 5 different players had 1 kill apiece. Tusculum hitting .304 in the first set, 12 kills, 5 errors. Erskine 160 at 9 kills with 5 errors. So the Pioneers get that first set victory. They won the first set last night against Alderson Broadus. And went on to a 3-1 win. Erskine 1-8 this season. They played this 3-1. Second set about to begin, as Tusculum leads it 1-0. Other scores around Tusculum athletics today. Women's basketball leads Newberry 12-11 after 1 quarter. Softball leads USC Aiken 2-1 in the 4th inning in game 1 of their doubleheader. Baseball, Palm Beach Atlantic, they are scoreless after 1 inning. Coming up later today, it'll be men's basketball at Newberry. And a women's bowling team competing at the Lincoln Memorial Invitational, I think. Yes, they're at the Rail Splitter Classic up in Harrogate. And the track and field team has sent a couple runners to the ETSU Buccaneer Invitational today in Johnson City. Tomorrow, baseball will be at Lynn at 11 a.m. and softball will have a doubleheader at Augusta starting at 12 noon. And he's going to get it. It's a point for Erskine. So the Fleet take a 2-1 lead. John Fuller will serve. Loop for Kamshoff. Back to Loop and cut it down the line too far, and it's a point for Erskine on the attack error. 3-1 Fleet. His second there, and we're tied up at 3. That serve into the net for a point for Erskine. 4-3 Fleet. Juan Alcoba to serve, the sophomore out of Hollywood, Florida. Off the net, West. Kamshoff. Landry puts it down. Colby Landry with his 5th kill of the afternoon as he fired that one down right in front of Ruiz. Shafar Grant to serve at 4 all. Set up for Rybarczyk, and that one is tipped, and it'll be a point for Erskine. So Rybarczyk gets his 3rd kill. Rybarczyk serving at 5-4 here in the second set. Too deep, point for the Pioneers. And we're even up at 5. Jake White to serve. White gets that one in. Alcoba to Austin. Kamshoff digs it out. West sets it up for Landry, and it is in for a point for the Pioneers. Nice set there by West, and just in for Landry. Another kill for him, his 6th kill of the match, and it's 6-5 Tusculum. White will serve. Good service. This will be low. White, and putting it down for the block is Aiden Love. Love, the freshman out of Monroe, North Carolina.
Now serving for the flying flip is number 18, Benjamin Jensen.
Benjamin Jansen to serve for the Fleet. Kamshoff with the dig, and going wide on the attack was Wingo, and it'll be a point for Erskine. Seven, 6. This service is in. Played across and riding right on down the tape. On that attack there was Wingo. It's a point for Erskine. They lead it 8-6. Loop for Kamshoff. Landry again, another kill for Colby Landry. 7 kills for Landry. Good. 7 kills and 1 error in 10 attacks for Landry. Landry, Kamshoff sets up White. He'll play it over. And with the attack and the kill is John Fuller. Off the well-placed set. And it's 9-7. Edgerrin Austin will serve at 9-7. Loop for Kamshoff, back to Loop. Through the block and the kill for Dane Loop. His 4th kill of the afternoon. Kamshoff set it up perfectly right through the block. And Loop gets the kill for Tusculum. They trail at 9-8. Declan Wingo will serve for the Pioneers. Love. Alcoba back to Love. Wide, and it is. Point for Tusculum. Now we're tied at 9. The Pioneers have worked their way back. 9-all here in the second set. Wingo's serve down the line. Love has it. Austin goes wide. Right off the line. Our poor line judge took that one right off the back as she was ducking out of the way. 10-9 Tusculum. Love plays it. Austin's going with it. Into the net. Point for Tusculum. The Pioneers now lead at 11-9. 4 straight for the Pioneers. Timeout for the Fleet. 11-9 Tusculum here in set number 2. Watching Tusculum Volleyball on the Pioneer Sports Network. Back to Love, and he puts it down in front of Wingo for the point for Erskine. So that stops the run, makes it 11-10. Aiden Love his first kill of the afternoon, and he will serve. Landry for Kamshoff. Cross for an attack by Loop, kept alive by the Fleet from the back row. Love, too deep, point Pioneers. 12-10 Tusculum. Sean Kamshoff will serve. And an ace as Love tried to go for it. Right into the scorer's table, a point for the Pioneers. On the ace for Kamshoff, his second of the match. 3rd ace for the Pioneers. And they lead at 13-10. Kamshoff to serve. Good serve. Alcoba back, cross, Rybarczyk puts it down. Fuller's serve goes to Loop. Kampshoff cross to White, down the line, just wide. Point for Erskine. Almost, it was close. But we have a perfect angle for where we're viewing things. We're up behind where Tusculum is serving, up in the so-called crow's nest. I have a perfect view of that line, and it was out by about 6 inches. It was close. On the serve, it's Loop for Kampshoff. Grant, Austin has it. Alcaba across to Rybarczyk, puts it down for the kill. And we're tied at 13. Kasper Rybarczyk with another kill, his 5th. Takes over the team lead for the match. And Erskine scored 3 straight. Fuller's serve goes to West. Kampshoff back for Loop. Kept alive. Rybarczyk again. West can't get there. 3 straight kills for Kasper Rybarczyk. And Erskine's back on top 14-13. That Flying Fleet negative hitting percentage has gone away real quick. This serve is going to be out. Point. The flag had a potential tip there, but the chair overrules, and it's a point for Erskine, 16-14. Alcoba to serve. Goes to Loop for Kampshoff. And Landry blocked at the net. Point for Erskine. 17-14. As now the Fleet are on a run. Alcoba to serve again. Landry for Kampshoff. White, dug by Love. This will be Rybarczyk. And into the net, Grant, I believe, or White. I think it was Grant. Point for Erskine. It's now 18-14, and Coach Brian Buckus wants a timeout. 18-14 Erskine, as they have scored 4 straight to take the lead here on the Pioneer Sports Network. Back here at Pioneer Arena, Erskine scored 4 straight points. They lead at 18-14. Kasper Rybarczyk now with 7 kills. Into the net, point for Erskine, 19-15. This will be Kasper Rybarczyk to serve. 19-15 Erskine here in the second set. Landry, Kampshoff. Wingo kept alive by West. Landry again. And a point for the Pioneers. As Rybarczyk dug it, but nobody could get to it. It was tacked there by Love, met at the net by Kampshoff. It'll be volleyed over. Tip attempt there by Landry. Now it's Love. Block attempt from Wingo and Kampshoff, but it goes wide. It's a point for Erskine. 20-16 Fleet. Jake White with the kill, his 5th of the afternoon. As he puts it down, it's 20-17. Landry to serve. And he gets the ace out of it. Colby Landry with the ace. His third ace of the season. It comes at a good time as Pioneers trim it to 20-18. Landry with the serve. Alcoba sets it up for Love. Pioneers can't keep it alive. It's a point for Erskine. Edrin Austin to serve. It's 21-18. Landry, Kampshoff goes across. The attack and the kill for Wingo. Or check me that loop. That's 21-19. Wingo on the serve. This one from Love. Kampshoff setting back row to Landry. They need a tip. They don't get one. It's a point for Erskine. Aiden Love to serve. It's 22-19. Landry for Kampshoff. Grant, dug by Diaz. Or Ruiz, check that. Rybarczyk goes, and now it's White. Ruiz with another dig, but they can't save it as it goes into the first row. It's a point for the Pioneers.
Now serving for Tusculum, number 8,
Sean Kampshoff to serve.
On the serve for the Fleet, number 26, John Fuller.
Fuller's serve is played by Luke. Grant puts it down for the kill for the Pioneers. Shafar Grant's third kill of the afternoon. And Tusculum trails 23-21. Point.
Serving set point for the Fleet, number 1,
Alcoba will serve set point for Erskine as they try and even this up at a set apiece. Landry, Kampshoff will go to Grant, and he'll get the kill. Shafar Grant, fourth kill now of the day. Well done by the Pioneers. It's 24-22. Tusculum needs 2 points here to stay alive. The attack from Rybarczyk gets the kill, and unable to come up with a block was Wingo. And Erskine ties it up at a set apiece, winning the second set 25-22. So we're all even at one set apiece between Tusculum and Erskine. We'll be back with more volleyball action after this on the Pioneer Sports Network. Back here at Pioneer Arena, where we are even up at one set apiece between Tusculum and Erskine. Both teams winning their respective sets 25-22. Through two sets, the attack leaders for Tusculum, Colby Landry with 8 kills, Jake White with 6, Dane Luke with 5, Shafar Grant with 4. Erskine able to come up with it is the defense for Erskine. It'll be a ace for the Pioneers. And Loop hits that one into the net, giving the point to Erskine. We are tied up at 2.
Now serving for the Flying Fleet, number 26, John Fuller.
John Fuller to serve for Erskine, tied at 2. And unable to find it is the Pioneers defense, and it's an ace for Erskine, 3-2. Fleet here in the third set. Landry for Kampshoff. This will be White through the block and at the net, still alive. Kampshoff will play it over. Set up for the attack there by Jansen. He gets the kill. (5-3) Erskine. This serve will go to Landry. Kampshoff, White, dug by Austin. Austin will go again. This time it's Loop on the dig. White, through the block, gets the kill. Rybarczyk to serve, 6-4. Is your score. West with the dig. Attack coming from Loop. At the net.
On the serve, number 11, Colby Landry.
Serve from Landry. Dug by West off the attack by Jansen. White with the kill for the Pioneers. Jake White set up perfectly from the back row and he knocks it down, and we're tied at 6. Cross court. Loop. Kill. Point Pioneers. Tusculum leads 7-6. Tusculum. Landry to serve. At the net, played over. Kampshoff sets it up, and not a great set there. And Luke couldn't do anything with it. It's a point for Erskine.
On the serve for the Fleet, number 18, Benjamin Jansen.
Cross court this time. And another point for Erskine, as Luke can't get that one down either. Serving is Jansen. Right down the line, just wide, point for Tusculum. And we're even up at 8.
Now serving for Tusculum, number 4, Edmund
Wingo to serve. Into the net, point Erskine. Fleet go back up 9-8.
Now on the serve for the Fleet, number 28, measuring Austin.
Adrian Austin to serve. Landry for Kampshoff. Cross court and a ball handling error for Kampshoff, and it'll be a point for Erskine. 9-8 or 10-8 favor the Fleet. Austin to serve. And he gets the ace right in front of West and Landry. 11-8. Austin, that is his first ace of the afternoon, and Tusculum needs a timeout. 11-8 Erskine here in the third set. Back here at Pioneer Arena, where Erskine leads Tusculum 11-8 in the third set. Erskine hitting .429 in this third set, 3 kills and 7 attacks. Tusculum hitting .182. Edrin Austin to serve. He just registered his first ace of the afternoon right before the timeout. And that one's wide for a service error. Point for Tusculum. It's 11-9. 11 service errors now for Erskine, 12 for Tusculum. Sean Kampshoff will serve. Ruiz with the dig, and Kampshoff with the dig on the other end. Loop goes wide, and it is wide. Point for Erskine. The kill, his 5th of the day. He slings that one down past Austin. Loop will serve at 10-13. Good serve, played by Ruiz. Cross to Rybarczyk. Kampshoff with the dive. White off a block. And blocked by the Pioneer, Shafar Grant. Grant. Landry. Now White. Dug out by Love. Love from the back row. Page there. It's 15-11 Erskine. This serve goes to Landry, and he'll get it back from Kampshoff. Love digs it, but it goes all the way across the net and out. Shafar Grant to serve for the Pioneers at 15-12 Erskine. This will be set up for Rybarczyk. Into the net, point for the Pioneers. 15-13. 5th attack error for Rybarczyk today. Rybarczyk now 11 kills, 5 errors on 23 attacks. He's hitting .261 this afternoon. 15-13 Erskine. Rybarczyk goes again and blocked by Jake White. White goes up and rejects it with authority. His second block of the afternoon. It's 15-14. Rybarczyk again. This time he lofts it over White. Grant will set it up. Landry. White again. Puts it down. Rybarczyk couldn't get there on the block. Point for the Pioneers, and we're knotted up at Alcoba's serve. It's played by Landry for Kamshoff. Wingo wide, point Erskine. 17-15. Fleet. And Alcoba again to serve. This will be loop for Kamshoff. White off the net and wide. That is a point for the Pioneers. And it goes off the block for the point. Another kill for White. It's 17-16. Now
serving for the Fleet, number 13, Casper Rybarczyk.
Rybarczyk will serve for the Fleet. Loop for Kamshoff, and trouble at the net, and Wingo couldn't get it over the net. It's a point for Erskine. It's now 19-16. Rybarczyk with the service. Off the net, Landry. West, back to Landry. Off the net, played by Alcoba. Set up by Ruiz. Back row, deep. Asking for a tip. That's wide, point for Tusculum. Oh, they say it was in. No way that was in. I guess it was. Timeout Tusculum. 21-17 as the down ref backs up the call that it was in. 21, he's closer than I am. 21-17 Erskine here on the Pioneer Sports Network. (17) here in set number 3. Benjamin Jansen will serve. And his serve goes to West. Kamshoff. The attack there is kept alive by the Pioneers. Landry gets it over. Tusculum will have another chance at it. Wingo with the kill. Fuller, and it's a point for the Pioneers. And it's 21-19. Back-to-back points for the Pioneers. Wingo with the service. Fuller this time puts it down for the kill. John Fuller's 4th kill of the afternoon. It's 22-19. Erskine here in set number 3. Austin will serve. West with the dig off the service. White tips it over, kept alive, and it's going to be a point for the Pioneers. Tusculum gets a point to make it 23-20. And too deep goes Kampshoff, and it's set point for Erskine. Love will try and serve the set. West, Kampshoff, Grant to keep it alive off the tip, and a point for the Pioneers. 24-21. Tusculum will need 3 points in a row to tie this one up. Loop service. Ruiz digs it. Kept alive off the block and dunked over by Alcoba, and that'll be the set for Erskine. 25-21. The Fleet take the 3rd set. They lead it 2-1. We'll be back with the 4th set after this on the Pioneer Sports Network. Welcome back to Pioneer Arena, where Erskine leads 2-1 over the Tusculum. Through 3 sets, Kasper Rybarczyk leads Erskine with 11 kills. 4 each for John Fuller and Edrin Austin. For Tusculum, Jake White has 12 kills. Colby Landry with 9. Dane Loop and Shafar Grant with 6 each. Juan Alcoba with 23 assists for the Fleet. Sean Kampshoff, 32 assists, lead Tusculum. Dig leaders, Kampshoff and Landry with 7 each for the Pioneers. For Erskine, it is Edrin Austin with 9 digs. Erskine hitting 160 as a team, 28 kills. Tusculum hitting 176 on 36 kills. 4th set underway. With the point, they lead at 1-0. Served by Love. Kampshoff sets up White. Blocked again. This time Rybarczyk gets the block. Back-to-back blocks for the Fleet. They now have 6 blocks in the match. Check that, they have 7 blocks now. 2-0 here in the 4th. Love's serve. Loop. Back to Loop from Kampshoff. He goes wide with it, and it's 3-0 Erskine. The Fleet off to a Strong start here in this fourth set. Love for Landry. Kampshoff, White. Dug out by Austin. Rybarczyk this time. He gets it through the block as the Pioneers can't put it down. It's 4-0 Erskine. Love with the service. Kampshoff. And Alcoba just tips it back over the net. 5-0 Erskine. And a quick timeout here for Tusculum as Coach Brian Buckius wants to stop this run right now. It's 5-0 Erskine in the fourth set on the Pioneer Sports Network. Five 0 Erskine as we resume action here. Kampshoff for White for the Pioneers. As Fuller was in the net that time, so Tusculum gets a break and get their first point of the set. It's 8-1. Kampshoff to serve. Ruiz digs it out. Fuller, or check that, Austin gets the kill. It's been a lot of Fuller in this fourth set, but this time it's Edger and Austin for his fifth kill. It's 9-1 Erskine.
Now serving for Erskine, number 26, John Fuller.
Fuller to serve. Loop. Kampshoff back to Loop. Puts it down. Dane Loop, his seventh kill of the afternoon. That's 9-2. Into the net for Loop. And it's 10-2. Serving is Alcoba. Loop. This will be Grant. Dug at the net. And going wide is Austin for the point for the Pioneers. It's 10-3. Tusculum needs to chip away on this disadvantage here in this fourth set. Shafar Grant with the service. Into the net for a point for Erskine. 18 service errors now for Tusculum and 25 attack errors.
On the serve for Erskine is number 13,
Rybarczyk will serve for the Fleet at 11-3. Into the net for a point for Tusculum. 11-4.
Serve for Tusculum is number 7, Jake White.
Jake White will serve. White leads the Pioneers with 12 kills this afternoon. So we Love blocked at the net by Kampshoff, and he'll get the point for the Pioneers. Fifth block for the Pioneers this afternoon. That's 11-5. They'll set up Love. Loop. Landry. Not this time. Jansen will serve. Landry. It's White. Kept alive. White again is going to have to play it over. Love, blocked by the Pioneers. Kampshoff was there. And Wingo was there too. 12-7.
Serving for the Pioneers, number 11, Kobe Landry.
Landry's serve is deep. It's a point for Erskine.
Serving for the Fleet, number 28, Edrin Allison.
Austin serving. 13-7 Erskine. Into the net for a point for the Pioneers. 13-8, Erskine leading. Declan Wingo will serve. Love on the attack, met by the Pioneers. Free ball played over. Kampshoff sets up Grant and blocked at the net. It's a point for Erskine as Fuller was there, along with Love and others. 14-8.
Now serving for the Fleet, number 23, Aiden Love.
Off the net, Grant able to salvage. And a whistle, and we're going to have a double hit against the Pioneers. I think that was on White as he caught that one awkwardly. 15-8 Erskine. Landry plays it over the net. Rybarczyk gets the kill. 16-8. Rybarczyk at the net. Kampshoff tries to kick it over, can't do so. It's a point for Erskine. 17-9. Timeout for Tusculum. They'll use their second of the set. 17-9 Erskine here in the fourth set on the Pioneer Sports Network. Boba to serve for Erskine at 19-12. West for Kampshoff. White again. This is Austin. Blocked by Grant. One more time, Shafar Grant. 5 blocks now for Grant. He goes up along with Landry. 13-19 Tusculum serving. Into the net, point Erskine. 13 for Tusculum, 20 now for Erskine. And Rybarczyk. Powerful serve there from Rybarczyk, and Gloop had nothing he could do with that one. It's 21-13. Sixth ace of the match for the Fleet. Rybarczyk goes back to Loop. He digs this one. White. Cross court, it's in play off the ceiling, and it'll be played over on a free ball. Set up for Landry, and he goes wide, and Erskine gets the point off of the scramble. Oh no, point for the Pioneers. I think there was a blocking error there. 21-14. Jake White serving at 14-21. Set up this time for Austin. White digs it. Kampshoff back to White. Off a hand and a three freshman from Cedarburg, Wisconsin. Served by White's a good one. It'll be a free ball to the Pioneers. Attack there by Wingo. Another free ball. Now it's Landry. Blocked by Jansen with help from Spotty. And it's a point for the Fleet, 22-15. As Erskine creeping closer to that magical 25 mark. This serve goes to Landry. Kampshoff to White. Dug by Rybarczyk. Love. West with the dig. Kampshoff goes this time. Dug by Alcoba. And blocked by the Pioneers. Wingo is up there along with Landry. And they block it together. Point for Tusculum, 22-16. Landry will serve. Setting it up for Love. Blocked this time by Wingo for the point for the Pioneers. And it's 22-17. As the Pioneers creep back. And an error on the serve by Landry. For the match, Fuller wide. Point for the Pioneers. 24-19. Tusculum trying to, they've got chip away 1 point at a time here. Good serve. Love puts it down, and that'll do it. Erskine wins in 4 sets. 25-19 in the fourth. And Erskine picks up the victory. To improve the record to 2-8, Tusculum drops to 1-5 with the loss. Today's stat leaders for Erskine, Kasper Rybarczyk had 14 kills. 5 kills for Edger and Austin, 4 apiece for Aiden Love, John Fuller, and Juan Alcoba. For Tusculum, Jake White, 15 kills, Colby Landry with 10, Dane Loop with 8, Shafar Grant with 7, 39 assists for Sean Kampshoff, 29 for Alcoba. Aces were 6-5 in favor of Erskine. Diggs 37-33 for Erskine, with Austin leading with 12. Tusculum was led by Landry with 8 digs. Both teams had 10 blocks. Fuller with 6 for Erskine, and Shafar Grant with 5 for the Pioneers. Both teams hitting about the same. Tusculum hit 113, Erskine hit 110. But some attack errors for the Pioneers, some service errors, and Erskine gets the victory. 22-25. Then 25-22, 25-21, 25-19. Erskine wins the match. That'll do it for this afternoon's coverage of Pioneer men's volleyball. We'll be back at it next week. Next Friday night will be the next match for the Pioneers. They'll be back here at Pioneer Arena to take on the Limestone Saints. It'll be a 7 o'clock first service here on the Pioneer Sports Network. For our producer, Alex Perez, I'm Jim Miller. Final score, Erskine 3, Tusculum 1.